Hello. Hey everybody, welcome to this video. Today we're checking out the CowanSim R66. It's based on the Robinson R66 right here in Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's available to purchase over on the CowanSim website. It's priced at $29.99. At the playground in which we get to fly this machine today, this is from NZA Simulations, and it's that of Milford Sound region. It's just brilliant, especially if you like flying helicopters. So the R66, this thing very popular as a training aircraft, also for some pleasure flights, and well, this thing comes with a ton of liveries. There's a lot of them, so there's no doubt you're going to find a livery to suit your flight. So looking at the externals, well, the modelling, everything looks the part. It looks like an R66. The paint scheme, the reflections, everything looks brilliant, and there's some nice kind of details here as well. So if you have a look on the main rotor, there's great kind of attention to detail put in from CowanSim. These guys do great stuff in the in Microsoft Flight Sim. There's nice details here. So what we're doing today, it's only a kind of a quick flight just around the area to see what sort of trouble we can get ourselves into. Now, before we go any further, I recommend the following. We're going to put in a custom keybind. The starter switch on this gadget, it's well, it's buried, so this will make life a little bit easier. So if you go into your control options, right, and whenever you're in here, always check the filter. If you can't find a switch or a button, go into filter and make sure it's set to all. From here, just type in start, S-T-A-R-T, and then put an E at the end of it. That's according to the CowanSim manual. And what we're looking for, toggle master starter switch. And it's I have it set now to a button on my joystick. If there's something already there, you can clear it. I'm going to put in another one. Here we go. I'll hit validate. Then we're going to hit apply and save. Now there's others you can do. You can put in your trims, you can put in lights, whatever. But for definitely the starter switch, I'd recommend putting that in. So we shall jump into the cockpit and have a look around here. So, well, the exterior was very good. The interior is very good. Highly detailed, beautiful seats look. And you got all the headphones up there. It's just done really, really well. There's a number of click spots in the aircraft as well. So you'll notice that we have this kind of a skylight. Click that on or off. We also have this beautiful sun visor, and it does the job. It works. If we look at the cyclic, you can actually turn on or off the extension, which is for kind of two pilot operation or for training. So you have a little switch there that puts it into solo pilot. We also have a checklist down here, so just click on the checklist, that'll pop it up, and then you can follow your checklist from start to finish. Some of the other click spots include the doors, so you can use them from the internal views. You can open and close your doors, which is nice and handy. Now, like all CowanSim aircraft, most of the options are actually buried down in the weight and balance. So hello Flo, we'll open up our weight and balance here, and if we want to add in some passengers, it's only a matter of changing the weight. So passenger plus or minus 160 pounds, there's currently 10 pounds. If we change that to 160, we'll start populating the aircraft with some passengers, which we've just done. So if we have a gawk in there, there's Miley, and Cyrus, yeah, that's original Murph, and there's that mad looking devil who's going to be flying us. Yes, all is well. Now what else? We can also put in some baggage, so change that to 100. Notice that a bit of baggage has appeared in the back. And if you wanted to, if you were pure mad, you can remove some doors, right? So we can put in, like, you know, change the weights, and it should do that. I wonder if I just delete that. So it wants plus or minus 5, so there we go. So you put in your 5, it'll remove the door. If you want to put it back in, we're laughing. That other little click spot thingy, that's for auto. That's all part of flow. If you haven't got flow yet, what's wrong with you? Get control of your life. You need flow. It's brilliant. Anyway, other things we can do here, we can put in our floats. So our floats are already on our skis, and there's a side basket here as well, adding 150 pounds. And there's nice reflections. It looks the job. It's nowhere near, or it has nowhere near the same amount of like extra bits and bobs like the 125 has, but you know, there's enough to kind of get us going. So other options we have, well, let's go up to this glare shield, and we have some panel options. So this is the, you know, standard steam gauge. You have two little switches here, so you have panel option and GTN option. So if we change the panel option, just use your roller ball or click it down one, You see it puts in a 650, some digital avionics here as well. And bring it down a second time, it's very modern. Very, very modern. So I'm a devil for steam gauge. Steam gauge is just, do you know? So we're going to have that. On the right hand side, then we have our GPS. So in the up position, it's for the PMS 50. Down one, it's going to be the GNS 530. And down to the bottom one, if you have the TDS GTN XI installed, that's where it'll pick that up. But for this, we're going to use the PMS 50. Now, before we get going, a couple of things we need to make sure. Over the head of Cyrus there, we're going to make sure that our rotor brake is disengaged. So in this position, it's engaged. We'll disengage it. We have some switches here for some lights and stuff. We'll have a look at them before we get going. Now, moving down where we have our collective, we can also adjust the friction for this, which is really nice. It's only a matter of moving the switch. And then we have our throttle. And again, you can bind that throttle to anywhere that you need. So next up are going to be our fuel shut-off switches, in which we have two of them. We're going to close it and cage it. We have one on the main glare shield. We're going to close it. And we're going to cage it. Nice. So let's see if we can go flying. Turn on the battery. There's decent sounds on this. Got our nav lights turned on here as well. Now we have our main ignition or igniter switch. We're going to turn that one on. And if we wanted to start the aircraft, well, that's where the little switch lived over here. It's a devil to reach. So that's why we have it bound now to our joystick. All our circuit breakers work here as well. Nice. So I think we're looking good here. Well, we hope we're looking good here. So let's kind of see what's going to happen, right? So reset your view here, Murph. Very good. And now by using my new switch, make sure that our fuel is off, which it is. So I'm going to press my new switch, press and hold. There's the starter coming up, and then we'll click the switch one more time. We can see that we have NG rising, RPM is coming up, and we can start introducing our throttle. Rotors are spinning. You can see our torque starting to rise. Great sounds. Let's have a listen from outside. Don't over torque it. There we go. So from outside, let's have a listen. Very, very nice indeed. Right, we continue on. So generator is on. Avionics can come on. Strobe lights get them on. Our transponder will put it to altitude mode. Our landing light is down here on our cyclic. Turn him on. You have your trim reset. That little white button there. Hydraulics are already on. Now we'll check out some of the night lighting before we get going here. So we'll just change the time of day. Bring it down a smidgen. Oh, this is very pretty, isn't it? So we have some switches here for your night lighting, so you can adjust them from here. Look, you have your glare shield light, and then you have your main kind of panel lights. And then if you remember, we did have some switches overhead, which is this guy here, and that brings up some nice illumination there. Very nice. External. Basic, but nice. Looks the job, lads. Looks the job. Right, so bring our time back up to roughly where we had it. And what we're going to do, we're just going to kind of fly around the area just to, you know, see what we can see, just for the crack. So, wish me luck. We'll put on some Tobii eye tracking here to help us along. Here we go. All should be well in the realm. So let's start adding in a bit of collective. So your anti-torque pedals, your rudder pedals, essentially. Let's see what we can do here. There we go. Look at that compass on the on that main strut there, just shaking around. Beautiful. The detailing here is fantastic, isn't it? So I was actually here in the real world. A couple of years ago, I visited Milford Sound. It is a stunning location. And you know, I love when you find somewhere in the sim and then you get to visit it in the real world and it's just like, it's just savage, do you know? And it's pretty cool, right? The further you head out here, you can actually see where freshwater meets seawater, saltwater. And it's literally kind of this green to blue color. Beautiful area. Okay, let's check out the old externals here as we're flying along. These are the showcase cameras. Nice. Very, very pretty chopper. And it's ideal for flying around areas like this. Like, it takes a little bit of getting used to them. A joystick, I think, is like super important. Xbox controllers, you have some assistance options in the sim that'll kind of help you along. But if you like flying choppers, the R66, I mean, it'll put a smile on your face. It's really nice. So we're going to head back to the airport. We'll try and do something that looks very good, but in reality, we're terrified. We'll fly over the runway at speed, and we'll do a bit of a cam, kind of a hammerhead, to return us back in for a landing. Look at this region, though. Isn't it stunning? Just let that speed bleed off a little bit. Low RPM, nothing like it. You broke it, Murphy. Takes a little bit getting used to, and you know, if you're flying the chopper kind of outside its normal comfort zone, it'll bite. Okay, rumble back in here. Easy. Alright, that'll do us. It's now time to go and lie down. Man, you gotta love chopper flying in the sim. So there we have it, the R66 by CowanSim. Anyone who likes flying the choppers, you're gonna enjoy it. It's really nice. They've done a great job. Not as kind of feature rich as something like the 125, but the style of helicopter that it is, it's really nice. So enjoy flying, and as I said, I recommend Milford Sound for any sort of helicopter operations. If looks could tell a story. Right, that's it for this video. Thank you so much indeed for watching. If you haven't already, do be sure to hit the like and subscribe. And don't forget, we live stream every Monday, Wednesday and Friday from 2000 Zulu time. So, until the next one, take care.